But it's a touching scene, and you make some very needed money for singing. Um, can, can you tell us some more about some of the scenes that you were in that you particularly said, boy, this might be hard to do, or this I really enjoyed doing this part of it. Without, or can we talk about that without giving anything away?
Yeah, I won't give anything
Sure.
away.
Yeah.
Just what was crazy about this? Honestly, it felt like the scope of the story is so huge. That was the first time I've seen that new trailer, and I was just like, that really does sort of illustrate the scope of, to the extent of situations that Jodie is in, all the things that she goes through. And to be honest, every day it was so emotional and so intense. Like, it's funny to first, like, in LA, you have the scripts, like, you don't really know what you're walking into. And it was absolutely, like, the most challenging acting job. I mean, because it's just every day you have, you're doing 30 plus pages, and it's nonstop, and a lot of it is really, really emotionally intense and grueling. And so I think, the moments of sort of having to get there and get there quickly and all of that was really challenging, but a great exercise. Like, when would you have that opportunity as an actor to sort of have it just be sort of relentless,
kind of great
relentless like that?
Emotions. Yeah. And well, I mean, I think we can move from that into kind of asking what questions the actors had of David during the process. So maybe you can go first, and then we'll go with Kadeem and Eric.
Yeah, I think the most, and because the story is, so long, and you have all these different chapters and different environments that she's in, it was often a matter of just sort of, kind of figuring out exactly what moment we were in, what had just happened, and also, your literal physical environment that you're in. But David was amazing because he was so sort of self-effacing about working with actors and things, and I would go in to shoot stuff and be like, oh my God, I have like 2 seconds to like get into this sort of state, emotional state. I remember one time there's a specific time, and he just so got like, had written his character so beautifully and so deeply understood and connected to her that when we would talk about it, I would just be so moved by him. I mean, he was a fantastic director.
And Kadeem?
I'm sorry, I get captivated by him. What was the
What were some of the questions you had? I mean, I know you, as a gamer, played Heavy Rain. But what were some of the questions you had for David as you were coming on set?
I didn't have many questions. I was beyond thrilled to be invited to play her, him, and Willem. I just wanted to know how long could I play. I just wanted to do more. I wanted to do another character. I wanted to be Jodie. I wanted to do as much as I could. I think my first day might have been a little rough. I might have been a little overwhelmed, and they sent me upstairs to work on my lines because I was just so excited. And we'd have to do this thing every morning when we get there to set the cameras and everything. We'd have to stand still, and we'd have to do certain movements. And every morning, without fail, they said, "Kadeem, stop smiling." Because I would just be like, but you'd have to have a neutral face, and you'd have to do certain movements to kind of set the camera so that they would know this is him straight, and then we can pick up the rest. So my whole thing was just relax. Yeah, just.
And Eric?
When I first got the material, I never even was able to get an entire script because of confidentiality reasons and reading everything. So when David and I sat down in bed, yeah, a lot of it involved him because he has it so well in his brain about each character and how deep each character goes. And he was really informative to give us just so much history involved in these characters. And then getting there, once I wrapped my head around my own character, yeah, then it was mind-blowing what we walked into. This 20 by 20 square and the box made of cereal boxes and wood, I mean, everything it was like a kid's backyard trying to play. Yeah, it takes you back to the purest form of acting. It was really wild. And he walked us through the process like a champ and really guided us. And I feel like we all had a lot of fun together. It's good chemistry, so it made it that much easier.
But David, we kind of want to make clear that while this story is the game aspect is fairly deep as well. And I wondered if you could talk about some of the things you do in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we were not shooting film, we were shooting a game, and it's very different in essence, especially because you need to break down every single scene, every single moment into different possibilities, different branches, different possible actions. So, for example, when you shoot a dialogue in a film, you have the dialogue and you record it and that's it. But here we needed to record the fact that Jodie Holmes could say, yeah, of course I want to do this, and then, no way, and then maybe, I don't know. So all the possibilities that the player will have, we needed to record them. And characters, and Ellen in particular, had to be convincing. Whether she was saying yes, no, and maybe, we wanted her to be consistent with the characterization, with the character, with the moment. And that was a massive challenge for her. And every single action was broken down to different, very small pieces, so the player can really play them and play one of them, a part of them, and make his choices. So it's quite technical as a shooting, but we try to make this quite invisible to actors so they don't notice too much all the technique behind it, otherwise they would get lost in it. And we got lost in it, to be honest.
Well, we have yet another clip, and I think game enthusiasts know a lot about motion capture technology, but not everyone does. But it's a technology that allows for almost filmic facial quality and subtle expression in games. And to do it, everyone, as we've seen, kind of dresses up in black and has dots all over their faces, makes them look a little like aliens. So we can roll the clip, and you can see a bit about how the actors work together with this technology.
Never wake up. My place here. Not very luxurious. Why?
Goddamn amazing.
She's more than amazing. She's magnificent. Watched on the bridge about 6 months ago. Did a Walter. Jimmy showed up. He's just been here, what, 3 weeks?
Are you okay?
I'm cold. So fucking cold.
Drugs.
You haven't said much about yourself. How did you end up on the street?
Some things that I'm not proud of. Until I realized I was being used. I know that this is going to sound really strange, but I'm different.